Good
To go.
Oh, it was crazy. Well, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who we are the Radio Twins. I'm DJ. I'm JJ. And today we decided to, well, actually, first of all, thank you. I'm always like the Lord. But anyway, tried another website, but here we are. So today I wanted to do the one, only, um,
Hey, what's going on? I'm not sure if y'all's mic is covered by anything. You might just want to move it because it keeps cutting in and out. But I knew exactly what y'all saying. I heard every word y'all saying. But what's good with y'all? How y'all feeling? Thanks for having me back. It's always a pleasure to be on here with the twins, the radio twins, the one and onlys, I should say.
right now. Are you here? Are you able to hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you a little better. Yep.
For those who may not know who he is, like, first of all, you know, the name alone is tight. So I'll put that out. Secondly, I get into what
My bad. The last part cut out a little bit.
let everybody know what you do.
Oh yeah. Well, first and foremost, Jay Money Hackett, hip hop artist, community advocate, also just an entertainer all around, a DJ, just like anything that for real that deals with the music business. I tried my best to have my hand and foot in. So I do promotions. I do just about everything, but my main is definitely hip hop, being a recording artist, and an entertainer and a promoter.
What made you get in?
Uh, I've always I had a love for music at a young age, and then as y'all know, I came across my guy Billy Live, and he showed me the right ways and like almost molded me on, taught me the do's and do's nots of the game. And I just took everything that he like threw at me, and I just created my own wave with it. You know what I mean? But when it came to like trying to be a rapper and actually like, making this music, you know what I'm saying? I just like I said, I had a love for hip hop at a young age. I just like everything. I just saw it on TV. I heard it on the radio, and I just like knew that was something I wanted to do, and I just needed somebody to guide me. You know?
So what's the first record that you knew that it was a record and it was like your first drum? This is legit. This is it.
It's funny because I'm gonna have to go all the way back to 2011 with that one. And I love telling this story because it like takes it back. That's when I was like 18, like 18, 19 years old. It was this joint called, well, you know the song by Wiz Khalifa, Ink My Whole Body?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. So I had a joint. I make anthems. I created many anthems for Howard County and more. But this is the first Howard County anthem I created. And instead of it saying ink my whole body and I don't give a MF, I was over here saying I'm from Howard County and I don't give a MF, you know what I'm saying? And I just took that and I just kind of was playing around with it. I dropped it on YouTube, SoundCloud, or whatever. And then people at house parties were starting to play it like all through the entire county. And they're like, and then I'm starting getting videos. Like MySpace was real hot by then. Back then, I'm getting videos sent to me on MySpace. I'm getting videos sent to me on Facebook of like house parties packed and people are playing that song. And then my boy Young Dubs was helping record the song at the time. I was just like, yo, we were playing around, but something's going on. I was like, we got something up our sleeve. So I'm gonna have to say that would probably be my first hit record. I was like, yo, we could really do something, especially if we just rep the area.
Those who may not also know, what is your other profession?
I'm a paraeducator with the Howard County Public School System. I work with kids with special needs and a few other disabilities, and basically I'm just there to help them get an extra push and make sure that they're welcomed and doing the thing in the classroom.
First, I want to say thank you for what you do because teachers don't just deserve or the pay.
Yeah. The pay is the big one.
And if I see you post one more time that somebody's taking your parking spot, I think it was
Man, I'll tell you, every time I go in there, I'll be ready to turn around every morning. But like, you know, I try to go with a positive mindset. But like, the one thing that gets me started in the morning to go there positive is my parking spot, the underside parking spot. And then we got new people in our building that don't know the underside parking spot rules that don't exist. So
work for. You want that.
exactly. But no, it's definitely love. I love the building I work in. The administration is great. The kids are great. The kids are amazing actually, and like I work with some cool teachers, and yeah.
So, being that you are a teacher, has it also helped you create some of the stuff that, like some of the songs that you created already?
Yeah, actually, I definitely would have to say that because there's been times to where, well, actually, let me jump into two different things. I've created two projects inspired off of students.
Mm-hmm.
My project Strive, I dropped like in 2012 or 13. No, I dropped that, I'm sorry, 2015. And that was inspired by one of my first ever students I ever worked with a disability, a boy named Matthew Warner. He has Down syndrome. And his mom uploaded a picture of him online when he was a kid, just like looking out of a window. But the way he was looking out that window, like the sun was just shining on him. And it just looked so amazing to where I was just like, yo, just strive. Like he's looking like he's looking like he's ready to take on the day and like just take on anything, like, you know what I'm saying, as long as nothing gets in his way. So that's why I came up with Strive. My last project, Relentless, was actually, I would like to say, executively produced by one of my students now. His name is Maurice Momo Graham. He picked Relentless as a 6-track EP. Maurice actually picked every single beat that went on Relentless because what was crazy is he did his work and he earned to go through my beat catalog and pick beats. And the ones that he kept listening to over and over again, I asked him, I was like, yo, should I use this? And he's like, Mr. J, yes. And we just took them and I ran with it.
Okay. That's cool.
And I gave him his credits on the album artwork and everything. If you go back and look at it, actually y'all's logos on it as well because y'all did sponsor that project.
Oh, wow.
And if you go back and look at the credits on the track listing, I give Maurice, it says executively produced by all beats selected by Maurice Momo Graham.
Okay. That's what's up. I had it and never even.
Oh yeah. I'll send it your way too, just in case. But also, like, and mind you, this kid is in 2nd grade.
Oh, what? Okay, that blew me. Right.
He did it, and he picked these beats out last year in 1st grade.
Wow.
And like, yo, you what's crazy? Like, I want to say it's serious, but it's serious because y'all heard Relentless. I'm recording it with Rube Rice. He's like, yo, where'd you get this beat selection? I was like, my 1st grade.
Wow, that's good because that's saying he's reckoning with when he gets older.
Yep. He's got autism and he wants to be a DJ. He wants to produce beats, like, and it's crazy. He has an ear for beats. He has an ear for beats.
That's good. And then the fact that you helped him in lane to express himself, right? That's
yep,
right there. It just kind of more of a dimension where not just your flash rapper who does what he does. So when speaking of going deeper, when it comes to creating music, do ideas come to you immediately, or do you just, something like, okay, I might write something about this, right?
Yeah, I like that question, and I was kind of prepared to answer that question because, like, there's sometimes, yeah, it does happen to where it's just like, yo, it just pops up in my head, and then sometimes, like, I gotta go through something, or like it's crazy. I was telling my girl this like last month. I was like, yo, like, well, I mean, I'm writing music now, but I was just like, yo, like, I gotta lose. And she's like, what do you mean? I was just like, like, I'm not trying to brag on, trying to boast or whatever, but like, I'm like, Wisdom Court, we're winning so much, and also like right now myself, life is good, life is great, to where I'm just like, yo, like, I got nothing to say right now. I was like, I gotta lose one time. I was like, to write something, and she's like, no, you don't. And I was like, yeah, you're actually right. So it made me like, jumping into a different lane on like, try to get in my bag. And honestly, it was the same thing with Relentless. I was like, I wasn't losing when I wrote Relentless. I was like, I was winning. I was starting to win a lot, and then just like made me like, that's what got me motivated. But like now, I'm like, it's not things that saying the things are at a standstill. But I was like, I got nothing to say right now. But like, you also got to create in your mind, if you're an artist, something to say. It might not be about yourself. You could be about somebody else or what somebody else is going through, or like, just anything. So yeah, I mean, like sometimes it comes to mind. Sometimes I gotta force it. But when I say force it, I don't mean that in like a bad way. Just like because I want to write something, I'm gonna make it happen.
Right. That's good. I like that because it lets a person know that everything isn't always peachy keen. It's like you're looking for, like you said, ideas that will come at you.
Yeah.
Idea will sit right there in front of your face.
Exactly. And that's what I learned too. I'm like, man, it don't gotta be negative. It doesn't always gotta be positive either. If you can just make a hit record. You can make a song, but you gotta want to do it. You know what I mean?
Right. And by the way, I gotta say, I love your background.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Determination, motivation. Got the logo, got my name on there, the Wisdom Court on there, and of course, I love y'all as well, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it. I want to give a quick shout out to Hey. Anyway.
What's up, Pirate? Can I shout out a couple people in here? Shout out my man Locke, shout out my man Jacob, my man Brandon, Corinne, what's up, boo? Like, just shout out everybody, man. Shout out everybody. Pirate was good, man.
Billy. Right, we were saying how you write. Do you think that there's topics probably on, or you find yourself saying, okay, I'm not going to write about this?
Hold on real quick. Hold on. Start where you start that whole statement back over. It was cutting in and out. My bad.
So you said earlier, right? Got a weak person. I get
it's still cutting out. You might have to move. Yeah, you might have to move. If the mic is sitting on top of something, you might have to, I mean, if you're just going straight to the phone, you got a mic.
Straight to the phone.
All right, make sure the phone is not like sitting on top of something. Like, yeah, so the mic can breathe.
Okay.
All right.
Cutting out now?
It should be all right now.
Okay. So just let me know if it does cut out.
It sounds perfect, man. It sounds perfect.
So you said when it comes to writing, sometimes you say you have to lose because almost run out of things to say. But are there topics that I want to write about it, but I don't think I know enough, or I'm not, or it's not that, or like I don't think I'm fully kind of right about something that I want. Do you get those types of writer blocks?
I wouldn't say writer block. I like that question. It's like almost like, is it my lane or not? Almost. So it's just like not that I can't say that I get blocked about it, because recently over the past few years, I've like opened up my horizon on that. Like I've stepped out of my lane with certain things that I've written about, or certain things, or even some words that I say or lyrics that I say. So like getting more, I don't want to say more street or whatever, or like more gutter, but like, I definitely have stepped in a certain lane that I didn't expect myself to even step in my career at all. So no, I can't say that I get really blocked by it. I definitely do. If there's something that like, I'm writing and I really don't know much about, I definitely educate myself a little bit more about, if I get confused, or like before I put something down on paper, to where it's just like, not only does it make sense, but does it make sense coming out of my mouth. So no, I can't say that I really get blocked by it. Like, if it makes sense and I make it flow right, I just put it down on the paper and just see what happens.
Okay, what if you had? And I know this is going to probably be a difficult question. If you had
Say it again, my bad. If I had two what?
songs of your, out of all of the ones that you recorded, what would be the top two?
All right. So the top two that I would probably have to say, whew, that's definitely a tough question. Off of Relentless, a song called Bouncing Back. That's the one that actually made me really. That's the one, like, that flows into the question you just asked. Like, that's the one that made me kind of more step out of my lane, and really like start talking about certain things that I really haven't spoke about, or like, you know what I'm saying, and I like, you know what I'm saying, like, that I didn't really speak about, but like, or even rap in a way that I really don't even talk. Like, I've talked about, like, you know, I had homies die of drugs, and like my mom getting beat by her ex-boyfriend, and like things like that, like just like it was like a hidden story, and I never really, like, you know, got into that type of bag with my music. I've always heard it. It's like that almost Eminem type of bag, you know what I'm saying, like where he had a messed up household or whatever, and like how I was going back and forth between my parents' household or whatever. So like, yeah, like the Bouncing Back is definitely one of my favorite songs I ever recorded. That's track 2 off Relentless. Um, and my second favorite, I'm gonna have to go with 3. I'm sorry, but my second favorite is definitely In the House. Um, that was off Legacy, and when I did that In the House joint, it was just, that was during the pandemic. I had some people like really like talking negatively about me, but I also had people like looking at me in a very positive way. Like, there were some people like thinking, like, when I did a lot during, like, you know, the George Floyd movement, where he got taken down by the police, and I had people saying I was just doing it for clout. Now I'm doing it for my people. I had people like saying, like, I'm repping the county just for clout. I've been repping the county for years. But I had people also talking to me in a positive light, like, yo, you're doing a lot for your community. We appreciate you. We see everything that you're doing. And like, people like, yo, I see what Wisdom Court's doing. Keep repping, doing your thing. So the way I looked at it, I was like, I say it in the hook. I'm like, negative or positive, my name is always in your mouth. You see Hope Co's in the house. Like, and I meant I'm here and I'm not going nowhere. So that's definitely, that song definitely made like a huge statement, and I really enjoyed recording that song. And my last one, my third one, honestly, I would have to say is Small City Bright Lights, and that's also off of Legacy, because like, I don't know, that just made me feel like I was really in my bag. That's track 1 off of Legacy. Basically, like, you know, I say in the hook, small city, bright lights, county boy, I read that shit all day and night. But like, it's just like, yeah, I'm coming from a small city, but I'm making the bright lights happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just made me, I feel a lot of swagger in that song whenever I perform it. I felt a lot of swagger when I recorded it, and I feel like that's something I held back for a while before I recorded a song like that, was swagger. So yeah, that's it. Sorry for the extended response.
Oh, you're good. But one of the reasons why we're normally, when we a lot, you stuff like this, either didn't know or it's really intriguing. And this was right. Do you ever feel like out of all the things, do you ever feel like even if my song
Start back at after everything that you recorded?
Do you feel like, is there a song that you looked at and listened to again and be like,
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, there's like several songs actually. especially like off my earlier, of course, like off my earlier music, I would have to say. Um, not some recently released stuff like I'll be like after I like put it out, I'm like, oh, I could have said this a different way, or I could have flowed a different way. But I just go ahead and take that on like a lesson learned. Like, all right, when you next time you record something like that, you really feel you gotta take your time almost. And I also just perform it the way that I wish I recorded it. So, I put it out because like whenever I record something and I put it out, I'm like, all right, it was meant to be recorded and put out like that. But if I want to go ahead and like, have a different bag with it, then I'm just gonna perform with a different bag.
Well, one of the reasons why was because
Cutting out.
when there are so many different energy levels when it comes to everybody with court. So let's you all do. You everybody. Y'all all have that point where time went on. Wow, I didn't think that level. You, like it was almost higher than the last level you did when you last performed. Well, I got, but when you do perform, we've seen you perform.
Yeah.
Ever slack. Period. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm like, yeah. When it comes to that, like, I try not to slack. There's definitely been times where I feel like, oh yeah, the performance is off. I feel like everyone has had that. Like at my last show, I'm gonna be honest with you, I felt like that was respectfully my worst performance ever. But it wasn't a terrible show.
Okay.
The show was not bad. I'll never put on a bad show. Well, I feel like my performance was terrible. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna beat myself up. Who doesn't? But when it happens, you just pick up the bag, look at what you could fix, like what went wrong, or where you just start like peeling apart. What could you have done better as like beforehand, in the middle of the show, at the end of the show, you just start piecing everything together. And I do that even when I'm like, yo, I killed that show, but what was one thing I could have did better?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what comes along as being like an amazing show performer. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta like always critique. But when I have a bad show, boy, do I critique myself. It's really bad. But when the energy, across, like what y'all said, across the board, everybody has like a different bag. Like people say that I have a like an amazing show, but like Pirate Bay and King Killer, like saying they're just as amazing, like with the performances, especially like saying when they come out and they're like a dynamic duo, and they just like go back and forth, and they just know how to rock the crowd as well. Freddie Live, like he just has amazing music and just comes out with like we come out as a whole unit. So it's just like saying he gonna get the crowd rocking with him. Live, he's gonna come out. At pretty much, I'll bring out Live for every show, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm gonna have the crowd ready for him, and anything that he's gonna drop him or back him up and make sure the crowd's involved, and he can get the crowd involved with or without me. So it's just like everyone can in our squad can rock the crowd, but it's like in different ways. And if you put us all on the stage at one time, it's a wrap.
We just need a little lane. Just that much.
Huh?
Need a little lane.
A little lane?
Yeah,
a little lane. Well, come on up, man. You already know what it is. You don't gotta ask. If y'all ever in the building when one of us is on stage,
seriously,
come on.
Like every time we see any one of y'all perform, it's always different. It's always inspiring for some reason. And it's like we could be in the crowd just like looking like, yo, we just got an idea doing something. And it's like we get inspired by all of y'all, and it's like y'all straight kill it every time. Mm-hmm. What different than the artist already out there? What sets you apart? Right.
I love crowd engagement. Like, I mean, like, so does every other artist, but like I like thrive off of crowd engagement. Like there's just rappers or like performing artists that just come out and they're like, oh yeah, it's a lot of people. This is cool. And they just rap and get off stage. Like, nah, I'm gonna get on the stage and like mess with the crowd, like really dig deep in that, and I just love the crowd, big or small crowds. Like I just love it. Another thing that I could say that like sets me aside is that like I don't know, like I just I like actually mainly just like you know what I'm saying. I just make sure that everybody just like if you're sitting there watching me perform, you're gonna enjoy that and you're gonna rock with my crew too. You know what I'm saying? So just like I'm just gonna make sure that everybody is going to enjoy the show. You feel me? Like live shows, like recording, making music videos, dropping songs every other month and all that stuff and all that's cool. But this live show stuff is where it's at. I'm gonna make sure that when you come out to a show, my shows ain't shows. It's a concert, man, straight up. So that's why that's my main, probably my main thing. I mean, people who already made it, yeah, they're stepping in arenas, they're stepping in like you know big venues and all that stuff. But nah, I'm gonna eat. But every time I step on that stage.
Now, what's the best and worst thing about what you
The best thing, I just love like, you know, the success that comes behind it. I love like, you know what I'm saying? I love like after performing off like if we do an event, y'all know this. We do an event, it goes really well. You know what I'm saying? Like say if we had a bunch of like anytime we do summer jam or winter jam or whatever, if it goes really well, your whole timeline is Wisdom Core Entertainment for that day. I love that. I love like, you know, like just having really well ran events. I love like when we win and all that stuff. The worst thing, the worst thing about what we do or what I do, I'll be completely honest, is the other rappers around it. Not even like, you know what I'm saying? I love I can't say all the rappers, but like the rappers that like the entitled rappers are the worst. Like, that makes you not want to do this game. The entitled rappers that like, you know, that just think things should just happen for them without any work or like, you know what I'm saying, any discipline. Like that ones that just like, you know, just want to show up and rap and not only just rap, but not support others and think that people should support them. And people that just like the rappers that just like, you know, do the blaming, like, oh, I don't get supported because this doesn't happen. No, I don't get supported because that doesn't happen. No, you don't get supported because all you do is sit on your couch and drop music videos. Like those are the people that, and then the ones that turn around and look at you because you're doing what you're supposed to do, and they're like, oh, they're the favorites because like, oh, they're just favorite. No, we're working. We put ourselves in this position to make it happen. Like, no, you just sit on the couch. Those are the type of people that make you not even want to deal with any other rappers. Those people give rappers a bad name. So as unfortunate as it is.
Well, I'm gonna slide this in there. The worst thing about any of the shows that any of you guys do, usually I'll come to the show, and the worst is you guys are so good. It's almost hard for me to leave to head to work. I gotta last second.
Well, for me, the worst part is when I'm recording, and for that particular evening, it always seems I always tend to like delete a lot of stuff off my phone while I'm recording. I'll hit running out of space because like you always want to catch the energy of every song that everybody does.
Mm.
Like every joint y'all do, y'all could do like 10 songs each. Like I ran out of room. But yeah, maybe we need to invest in a video.
Right. Y'all might have to. All the work y'all do, I'm surprised y'all already have one.
I mean, hey, Wisdom has photographer, videographer, all in one.
Shout out to them too.
Yes, y'all have like
Yeah.
producers, rappers, hip hop artists, people who make sure the crowd is ready. So continue what you do. Now, one of the things is, what's your legacy? What will be your legacy?
My legacy, Honestly, I like that question. I got a couple things I can say. My legacy was just like I get this from Kevin Durant, just a youngin from Maryland, just trying to get it. Um, a dude that just like my whole thing, like you know what I'm saying, when all this is over and done with, I just want to be remembered as someone that like, you know, I just came from the county and made good music and had my people behind me. And another thing is like if like when it's all over said and done, just like if I don't get all the way to the top, people can say I still did it. You feel me? Like when it's like not when I say did it, like yeah, not go all the way to the top, but just like yo, I got the proof and to put it in the credentials to prove that like I did this, I did something. You feel me?
Right. So on to piggyback off of what you just said, would there you would want up
All right, so back at the piggyback off of. I'm sorry.
so would there be up to this point? Would there be anything that you would like to change?
Um, I don't think so, to be honest. Like everything as like happened at a correct pace. Everything happened. Everything. I don't want to say. I mean, if anything I could change, it's like yeah, I would have loved to have like a couple of arena shows underneath my belt. You feel me? Like that's the only thing that I mean. But who would it? That's the only thing I could say. But like I performed in just about every venue in Maryland I've ever wanted to perform at. Um, Going across like the country and all that to perform all that different performing all those big different venues like that would have been cool. But like I my number one thing I've always said was like man like as long as I did everything I wanted to do in my state or like in my area or whatever and like I conquered I made my name off that all this rap stuff can end tomorrow and I'm like pretty much like 90% there. If I once I get married whether I've got nothing left in this area.
Right. So
And we gonna hit that Merriweather stage. Believe that it's gonna happen. Like once I get Merriweather, like I don't care for the Howard Theater. I don't care for the Hippodrome. Like once I get Merriweather, it's a wrap.
that's it. That's it. Do you have any new projects or anything dropping?
So right now, I'm not gonna say I got something dropping. But we do have, I'm not going to say new music is dropping. I've been working on new music, but I do have the Relentless series dropping in April, mid-April. I got the Relentless EP dropped last year in July. We're recording a video for each project, each song of Relentless. There's 6 videos, but each video leads into the next video. It's going to look like I call it a series because it's going to look like a little Netflix series because it's like a movie. You feel me? So, and we're gonna drop every video within a 2-week span, like a Netflix series. I never did anything like that before. I usually like to drop a video, let that joint ride for a few months or whatever, then go ahead and hit them with another one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you try to get the views up. I don't care about the views. I don't care nothing about that. It's a different style of production that I'm trying. It's a different style of promotion that I'm doing. So it's everything that I'm trying is very brand new with this. So that's coming out mid-April, the Relentless series, shot and directed by my man Corey of CDS Visions. So just be on the lookout for that.
Now, you know, we tend to like to give like we'll give half of the statement, you fill in the blank. All right?
All right.
I could never have predicted
where I'm at today. And I mean that because like not even just with this music stuff, it's like honestly working with kids, like all the mistakes that I made and all the choices that I made, like from like just hanging around the wrong people to just making the stupid mistakes in school. I would never thought I'd be working with kids today.
okay. The key to happiness is
Believe in yourself.
yeah. That's a good one. You will never regret.
I will never regret. Question. A lot of things. That's all I can say. A lot of things.
I feel you. Let's see. But you might wish you had?
College education, but I'm not mad that I didn't.
I don't know why. I assume because you don't come off unintelligent.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not mad that I didn't like complete college. I started it, and I was like, man, school sucks. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll work. I'll teach it. I'll work with the kids. But I I tell kids in elementary school today, like, and starting in like second grade, I was like, you don't have to go to college. Like, just keeping it real. But I was like, but hey, it's for some people. But if you don't go, you can still win.
Yeah, I always say people, college is not made for everybody.
Yeah, no.
After I got through it, I was just like, I don't want to do this again. Sorry.
Yeah, shout out to the people that made it all the way through. More power to you. But no, man, I went to HEC for a month. And I was like, this is whack. I didn't even like going to high school. I did not think I wanted to go to, like.
So, the biggest risk I ever took was?
Summer Jam last year, bringing Mike Jones and, we tried to bring the Franchise Boys, but something happened. But, like, definitely Summer Jam last year. It was a big risk. That was our biggest money spent on an event, and it worked out
very well. Very well. Never be impressed by
followers, numbers, views, Instagram, Facebook, social media.
Right. I agree. Totally agree with that one. I hope people will remember me most for
my representation. Like, not when I say my representation, not just of myself, but like the way I represent the county, the way I represent my area, the way I represent the people. You feel me? Like, I'm the voice of the county. I'm the voice of our county. That's why I just want to be remembered as, like, just someone who just tried to do it and represent the area.
If you had to pick one word to describe you, what word?
Relentless.
Now, here's the question. What word would you describe?
What word would I describe what? I'm sorry?
Your music.
My music? 2 words. Hit records.
That's what I'm saying. That's a good one.
Yep. Actually, if I chose one word, anthems. Everything's an anthem.
I like that one. So, if for those who may not know all of your social media,
every social media is at Jay Money Hackett. Everything real easy. JayMoneyHackett on every platform you can probably think of.
What's the next?
Say it again. You're cutting out. My bad. One more time.
Your next event.
My next event. I'm at the Maryland. Ooh, is that the next event? Yes, Maryland Fest, March 25th at Power Plant. It's actually interesting. I'm glad you asked that. I actually got my placement exactly where I'll be performing earlier this afternoon. I'll be performing at, like I said, Maryland Fest at Power Plant, March 25th. I'll be performing for the first time ever in the PBR bar. I guess that what's it called? That country bar. I've always wanted to touch that stage. Never thought I would meet the criteria. But like, it's a cool little venue. They got bull riding machine in that jump. So like, I'm ready to touch that stage on March 25th.
Definitely. Again, thank you. You always give us an opportunity to interview you. We appreciate you and what you do, all that you do. As we always, whenever you got something dropping, whatever it is, feel free. Just let us know. Drop it. All right.
Absolutely. Can I say one more thing before we head out?
Sure.
And this is because I assume this is gonna get posted, but I just want to say to the Howard County County Executive, I see the statement that you posted about our troubled youth in the area, saying our young people have been causing trouble at the Columbia Mall, about attacking others, and we need to figure out the problem, but we can't figure out the problem if there's no other options or availability for our youth to go to except for the Columbia Mall. We got to gun problem in Howard County that nobody likes to speak about with teenagers getting a hold of guns. If you guys want to go back and look, most of our gun problems come from teenagers 18 and under. There's very rarely any people getting in gun problems that are adults in Howard County. Mr. Calvin Ball, I hope you see this message. I'm going to record another message to you about what I can do, and not only myself, but my team with Whistle Court Entertainment and Find Your Purpose, that we can bring into our county and create different lanes and aspects where our kids can do on Fridays and Saturday nights besides hanging at the mall and causing a ruckus. Thank you.
I appreciate you saying, because
Yeah, like that's definitely something else we can talk about another day. But yeah, definitely I want to make some more change around this area and bring more light to our youth, and because that's what we do, as y'all see. And yes,
thank you. Again, thank you for allowing us to interview you. Anything that you have, just, feel free. Anytime you want to get in contact with us,
thank you, brother.
ladies and gentlemen, this was Jay Money.
Thank you, Radio Twins. Much appreciated.
All right, man.
All right, take it easy, brothers.